Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Merlin. Last time on Merlin, we had The Coming of Arthur Part 2, which was the Season 3 finale. So, after the hostile takeover of Camelot by the usurper, Queen Morgana Pendragon, Gwen and Sir Leon escaped from Camelot, found Arthur, Lancelot showed up, brought Percival. They went to a castle, they found the round table, and then Arthur was like, yo, I'm gonna knight you. Y'all are gonna be knights of the round table. It was pretty cool. Merlin talked to Freya in water. He went back to the Lake of Avalon, got Excalibur, and they went, attacked Camelot. Merlin used Excalibur in order to kill Morgana/Morgosa's army. He was about to go slap the shit out of the Cup of Life, but then Morgause showed up, and then Gaia showed up, knocked her out, and then Merlin knocked her out even more, possibly killed her. I would imagine that he actually killed her. Slapped the shit out of the cup. Morgana came, was like, ah! Everything exploded, and then she escaped. Uther is kind of out of it. And Arthur may have to take the throne because Uther is really out of it. Yeah, that was that. That's it. That's what happened basically. Yeah, that was pretty much it. It was a really great episode. Really enjoyed it, and I am curious to see where we're going on to in season 4. But before we get started, there's actually two things we need to go over before we get started on this episode. The first off is, if you want to watch my normal reaction to this episode of Merlin, where it's all, edited, nice and good, the footage is in the corner, all provided for you, and it's like 10-ish minutes long. It's not in this video due to copyright issues that I've had in the past, so what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment on this video. There'll be, one of the links there will be to the reaction, and you can go watch that. However, let's say you want to do a little bit more. Let's say you want to watch my full unedited reaction to this episode of Merlin. Well, guess what? Because it's the first episode of the season, I'm going to offer that for free. So, what you gotta do for that is head down in the description or the pinned comment. It'll be the other link there, and that will take you to my Patreon page with my full-length reaction, which is completely unedited. There's no footage in the corner. There, that's how you speak. No footage in the corner because that would just be giving you the episode, and that is highly illegal. So what you gotta do is sync up your copy of this episode of Merlin to my footage. I've tried to make it as easy as possible for you to sync up the footage, and it should all be good. You can go try that out, and if you like that, well, you'll be on my Patreon page, which was the plan all along. But you'll be on my Patreon page, and from there, if you want to watch more of my full-length reactions for every last show that I do, you can for just $5 a month. You don't have to, it's your choice, obviously. But yeah, you can go, you can do that, have fun. If you don't want to do any of that full-length stuff, then just go to the highlight reaction, basically. And yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started on this episode of Merlin. Here we go. Oh boy. Alrighty. Few things we need to go over. First off, what the alright. Okay, let's see. Agravain? The guy's name is Agravain. Okay. The Calyx, it's not really how it's spelled at all. Alright, so I spelled it K-A-E-L-I-X, and this is C-A-I-L-E-A-C-H. So like Kalish, not Calyx, okay. The Kalish. Oh, cool. On all of these, on all the knights, their names have kind of changed. So now it's Sir Elian, Sir Gawain, Sir Percival. It's only Lancelot, though. Lancelot's not that good, apparently. Alright, I'm going to go back to... I'm going to go back and look. I need to hear that word. What did they say? Like the festival, basically. Or this period, you know. What did they say? Skip ahead a bit.
Samhain. It is the time of year when we feel closest to the spirits of our ancestors. It's a time to remember those we have lost.
Okay.
Celebrate their passing.
That makes sense. That this is the spirit world connection. Fucking... Okay. So... It looks like Samhain, but that is not how they say it. They say it like Samhain. Like, what? I have no idea how you would pronounce that. But okay, but this is so Avatar. It's ridiculous. Not just Avatar, but also Korra a bit too. Legend of Korra. So this time of year is when they, they feel closest to their ancestors. And this is when the physical world and the spirit world are, at their closest, which is exactly the winter solstice in Avatar. And then, on the winter solstice, opening a portal to the spirit world and dark spirits coming through is exactly what happens in Book 2 of The Legend of Korra. What the heck? That is so crazy. And this came first! Okay, this is 2011. It's close. It's very close, because that was, when was that, 2012? Yeah, this is actually pretty close, but this came first. Now, Avatar came first overall. Avatar The Last Airbender came first, and they had the whole spirit world and being at its closest, at the winter solstice. So, I mean, that came first, but this is so Korra, it's ridiculous. Except it's scarier than Korra. Because on Korra, you could throw fire, Korra's a firebender, and, obviously she's the Avatar, so she could, use all the elements to her advantage, but, in this case, she can throw fire, she doesn't need a torch, And also in that, they had, Unalaq bending, spirit bending, so that the spirits became good again and stuff. They don't have this. In fact, Merlin can't use his magic on them, which is crazy. It's also crazy that he didn't go to the dragon. Like, go to the dragon, come on, I feel like you need to go to the dragon, because I want to hear the dragon be like, oh shit, the fucking spirits are out. Shit. Well, here's what you have to do, young warlock. So, oh my gosh, this is terrifying. This is so friggin' terrifying. It is ridiculous, man. But I love it. This is not where I was expecting us to go, Like, with everything that happened, especially in the last 2 episodes, like, this is where we're going. The spirits. The spirit world has been opened. That is so terrifying. Oh, and then I wanted to get the spelling on another thing. I wanted to get... oh, wait. It's later on that they mention the Duraka. I like this scene, too, where Arthur's talking to the girl. Helping her out. Okay, so it must be later.
Merlin,
suffered 50 dead, maybe more, mainly in the lower town.
There's no way of fighting.
Well, only weapons are torches. The light doesn't kill them, it only repels them.
What are they?
The Daraka, sire. The spirits of the dead.
Okay. I almost got that. I almost got the spelling on that correct. I just missed an H. Okay, let me listen to this explanation too.
On Solan's Eve, the time of the old religion, the high priestesses would perform a blood sacrifice and release them.
But
Why?
how do such a thing now?
Morgana.
You see her hand in this?
Why would they do that? Why would they willingly unleash these spirits? Like, what? Why? Oh, man. By the way, now I want to know, the uncle. He kind of looks familiar. Let me see. He was in the Haunted Mansion. That helps. No? Okay. Alright. I was curious if I recognized him, but I don't. So, alright. Well, shit. This sucks, you know? This so sucks, but alright. We should go ahead and pop into the notes. Man, oh man. This episode just is so much darker than we're used to, you know? Like, this was, like, even darker than, you know, the Tears of Uther Pendragon, which was a crazy, you know, premiere episode. So, man, oh man, alright. Let's go ahead, and pop into the notes. The first thing I wrote down is Morgause. So, Morgause was alive. Was being the key word. Morgause was alive. She was deformed after the fight with Merlin. Which is interesting. And I wonder if maybe part of that even is, you know, the escape, you know? I don't know. Morgana is a lot more pale than she normally is, which is saying something. She's a very pale girl, you know? But yeah, so Morgause was still alive, and now she is the sacrifice, which is pretty crazy. So we've lost Morgause. Morgause is dead now. She had to be sacrificed to open the spirit world, which, yeah, that is pretty interesting that they brought her back just for, like, one scene for her to die, basically. Well, two, I mean, you know, that and that first scene where they were confronted by Celine and Cerulean. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. But we did have confirmation that it has been a year, which, you know, between seasons 2 and 3, it was a year. Yeah, it was a year of... Actually, yeah, it was a year of looking for Morgana. Whereas, yeah, it was the same thing, because at the end of season 2, Morgause finds a, you know, injured or wounded Morgana and then goes away. And then at the end of season 3, Morgana finds an injured, you know, wounded Morgause and then goes away. And then both times it takes a year to find her. They literally recycled the exact same plot point, but it works. It definitely works. I like it, you know. So yeah, it has been a year. Uther has been out of it for a year, too. That's the other thing. Uther has been out of it for a year, and Arthur has basically been in charge. Not as king, but he has been in charge. Man. Okay. I wrote down the Uncle Agravain, although with the way they pronounce some of these words, it's probably Uncle Jim. I don't know. I don't know. The freaking Samhain. Samhain. So yeah, it sounds like some Yosemite Sam would yell. Samhain. Oh. I don't know. I need that spelled out phonetically, basically, because that is very... I don't know. That's a little tricky, but yeah, Uncle Agravain. We're just gonna call him that, Uncle Agravain, for now. Okay, so first off, this dude pops up right the hell out of nowhere. It's like, who's this guy? Come on, who is this guy? And it's like, oh, he's, you know, they as him and Arthur are talking, it's like, oh, well, maybe he must be an uncle or something, you know. Where else would this guy come from, you know? Sure enough, he is Arthur's uncle. Now, it sounded like he's Arthur's uncle on his mother's side. That he is Arthur's mother's brother, not Uther's brother, which is interesting. It's interesting that that he would... I don't know. I mean, I guess we don't know much about, like, Arthur's family on his mother's side. I guess we don't know anything about Arthur's family on his father's side either, you know? Because we can't even infer, like, well, you know, the kings of old. It's like, well, no, because Uther conquered it, you know? He's the first of the Pendragon dynasty. So yeah, so that's interesting. This dude just comes out of nowhere, but making it, okay, it's Arthur's uncle, that works out. Of course, then, it's like, oh, he's Arthur's uncle. He's evil, though. He's working for Morgana. It's like, what? Come on, man. What are you doing? You're selling out your family. What you doing? Come on. So, yeah, that sucks that he's working with Morgana. I don't know. I mean, I didn't trust him. Like, as soon as he popped, I'm like, that guy's the villain. So, he's not even a main villain, though. He's just some servant of Morgana. Boo. Boo. This guy sucks. Oh, well. But yeah, I wrote down Sam Hain. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna really listen to it, okay? Oh, too far. Come on, Amazon, load. Come on, man. Are you really doing this? Are you really gonna... Come on. Load. Come on, I'm not gonna edit this. Load. For God's sake, man. Just freaking go. What's happening? Wyverns screech. Oh yeah, there were wyverns there. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's really listen. Give it a sec. Alright, here we go. Samhain. What? How do you get that out of Samhain? I don't know. Samhain. I'm gonna try to say it like that, but let me... Maybe this was an actual thing. Maybe I can look up... Like, let me try Googling it and see what I can get. How do you spell it? Okay. I'm using the virtual keyboard on the computer. Yeah, it's actually a real thing. Cool. Which apparently in... Oh, it's Halloween. Wait, really? Is that... Okay, it's from the evening of October 31st, which is a Saturday this year, by the way. Halloween is on a Saturday, to the evening of November 1st. So, is it literally just Halloween? Hold on. Zoom this in a bit so I can actually see. Okay. Samhain. That's how Wikipedia is, like, phonetically spelling it. What the heck? It is! It's totally... It just says Halloween. Yeah, related to Halloween. Because it's the exact same friggin' night. This is literally just Halloween. Etymology. Yeah, tell me the etymology. In modern Irish, as well as Scottish Gaelic, the name is Samhain. Other older forms of the word include spellings where there's just an extra N, and one where there's an extra N and also a U. Okay, in Manx, I'm probably missaying that too. In Manx Gaelic, it's That looks like Samhain. Sauin. Alright, there you go. In Irish mythology. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm wondering if there's like a in popular culture section. I want to see if I can... related festivals. Halloween. Yeah, see else. Okay. C also doesn't have Halloween. It's Halloween. They literally just. It's literally just Halloween. All right. So I looked it up. Samhain. All right. I'll try to say that. It's literally just Halloween. It's medieval Halloween, basically. Alright. Okay. It's literally... When did this air? Was this on Halloween? Oh, hey. I looked over at the trivia to see if it had, like, when this aired. But this says the intro has changed. Like, the very beginning monologue. Apparently it doesn't say young boy anymore.
The destiny of a great kingdom rests on the shoulders of a young man.
Oh.
His name, Merlin.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that they changed it from young boy to young man. Because, I mean, I've kind of said this for a little while now. It's like, he's not a boy. He's not a boy. He's a young man. So, yeah. Only at Season 4 do they change that, which is interesting. They also changed the clips they used in just the intro. I want to look at that again. Come on, Amazon! Work with me here! Yeah, that's a new shot of Excalibur. Ugh. Same shot of Merlin. Same shot of that, I think. Yeah, that's new. Yeah, that's Arthur kissing Gwen. There's Morgana. There's some new footage, like, not just footage from previous seasons. Oh, it's got Old Man Merlin, too. So yeah, they finally put new clips in the intro. They finally put new clips in the intro after 3 seasons. Finally. So yeah, this definitely is a different show, basically. Like, the show has finally evolved, basically. So, I'm happy for that. That's great, you know? Man, oh man, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Okay, so, yeah, Samhain. It's interesting because it's like, okay, you know, Arthur describes it. It kind of sounds like, you know, Day of the Dead or something. More than Halloween is. Especially, I mainly mean, like, modern Halloween. Modern Halloween, no one cares about, you know, our ancestors or the spirits of the dead, you know? That's not modern Halloween, but that does sound like a very classical Halloween, which is pretty cool. I have to assume this was released on Halloween. Like, that would be really cool. So yeah, but this is also when the spirit world and the physical world are connected, which is pretty crazy. And Morgause died. Morgause is dead and Morgana killed her, which is pretty crazy. That is really, really crazy that, you know, again, that they brought her back just for this episode to kill her, you know? Like, that's it. Because I was kind of thinking, like, okay, well, I thought Morgause was just dead, that Merlin killed her, and I was like, oh, well, she's back, alright, whatever. Yeah, I was like, okay, let's see what they do with this, and it's like, oh, they specifically brought her back. They kept her alive because they were going to kill her. Oh. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. She sacrificed herself to open the spirit portal, basically. Again, this is so Korra. This is so Korra. They opened a portal to the spirit world. That is so freaking crazy. And that freaking... Okay, so Calyx. So they open the spirit portal. They open the spirit portal. And then the gatekeeper of the spirit world comes through and sees and is seen by two people, Morgana and Merlin. And she knows, the gatekeeper knows of, you know, Merlin being Emrys and tells Morgana, which is crazy. And I like, too, that it's like, you know, it's terrifying to Merlin, you know? Ugh. Like, that is so terrifying. And he's completely, like, out cold. Like, he's out cold and he's out cold. Like, that's so crazy. Like, this is such a tone shift for Merlin, I feel like, you know? Like, this shit is dark. Even just, like, down to what Morgana is wearing, because she's, like, wearing black now. She normally wears some sort of a color, but nope. Oh, that portal is terrifying.
I am the Calyx.
Yeah, they just say
The
Calyx.
spirit world.
The spirit world.
Have torn the veil between the worlds.
She opened the spirit portal.
The Doraka.
Yeah.
They are the voices of the dead, my child. And like the dead, they are numberless. You are right to be afraid, Morgana. Your enemies will rue this day and all the destruction it brings, but you must beware. Tearing the veil between the worlds has created a new world. And you will not walk through it alone. The one they call Emrys will walk in your shadow. He is your destiny. And he is your doom.
Like, that is so terrifying. This seems like something that you... Like, even a villain shouldn't be meddling with this, you know? Like, how do they not kill her, you know? It almost makes me wonder, like, you know... I don't know. It's basically... It feels like, you know... It almost feels like this is going to backfire, and maybe Morgana will have to, like, alliance of convenience with Merlin in order to stop this, you know? I don't know how this gets resolved in another episode. I feel like this has to be a season-long arc, you know? Which, that would be crazy if this got serialized all of a sudden, you know? Because that's the thing, this show is an episodic show, but I don't see it becoming... I don't see it becoming a serialized show now, but I don't know. Like, this feels like a big enough threat to be more than even these 2 episodes, you know? Like, this shit is important. Like, this ought to change the show forever, you know? So, it's just so crazy. So, yeah. So, she does say of Emrys, who will be Morgana's doom. But Morgana doesn't know who Emrys is, you know? Now, if she finds the druids again, they would say that Emrys is Merlin, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, the tear in the spirit world. Again, different from... This is where it differs from Legend of Korra, thankfully. Because, you know, they were able to, you know, hold back the dark spirits and stuff. And not every spirit was dark. That was just because of, you know, Vatu and everything like that. It's like, no, this is some scary shit. First off, no one has power over this. Magic does not affect the Duraka, which is pretty crazy. Magic does not affect the Duraka. They are only repelled by fire, and they can't even like be destroyed by fire. So that's also pretty crazy. Oh yeah. So this is different. You know, they're almost powerless basically against the Duraka, which is good. I like that because it does make it different, but it is very... I'm getting a lot of Korra vibes off of this with the spirit portals, you know? So, oh, that's crazy. We did have, you know, Arthur being willing to lay down his life for this. He will sacrifice himself to close the spirit world portal. Obviously, that makes sense. Obviously, he's not going to do it. Obviously, Merlin's not going to do it. I'm wondering who we're going to lose, though. I don't know. I hope we don't lose anyone, you know? I don't want to lose anyone, you know? The only thing, maybe I could see Lancelot doing it, but I don't want that, you know? I don't want anyone to lose their lives for this. They need to talk to the dragon. They need the friggin' dragon, you know? Oh my gosh. I also did like just that whole scene of going through the town, which first off, you know, just that girl being so terrified, you know, was intense, you know, and just figuring out, it's like, oh, these were spirits. These were the Duraka that attacked, not, you know, men. So that's crazy. Which, and again, that scene does have Arthur being, you know, a good, you know, just a good person. He's calmly talking to her, like, hey, it'll be okay. What happened? You know, he's really, he's consoling her, basically, which was pretty cool. But yeah, that whole scene where they go through that town, it's just terrifying. You know, and especially because, you know, these characters, they're kind of like larger than life characters, and to see them all afraid, you know? Merlin, Arthur, Lancelot, Gawain, they're all terrified of what's happening. Oh my gosh. But that makes it all the scarier, you know? It makes it makes the threat all the more real, you know? So I love that. Which, that's the thing, I don't want this to be resolved next episode. Or, at the very least, like, if they do, I want there to be, like, lingering effects or something. Like, maybe they can temporarily put it on lockdown, but, like, this will be the season thing, is even though, yes, these will be episodic, this will be an episodic season, I still want there to be, you know, something to do with the spirit world throughout this whole season. I feel like you have to, right? I don't know. Oh, man. I wrote down new vision. So Morgana got a new vision. Let's see. Let's try to find that. Oh, yeah. As I'm scrolling through here, I do see Arthur when he talks to Uther about everything. And he's like, you know, don't go, you know? But he has to go do this. He's got to go do this. So, yeah. Poor Uther. If he'd get his shit together, get a haircut. I do sort of wish that Uther has grown a beard. I said this in my Breaking Bad video, too, when I was talking about Jesse. I was like, oh, you know, Jesse, you know, things have changed for Jesse. I want him to grow a beard. I don't know why, but especially if you're going to be, like... It's so weird. I feel like for some of these characters in any fiction, honestly, like, to show, like, the passage of time or the, you know, dramatic change in a character, I almost feel like a beard is necessary. Which, that's the thing. I imagine, like, if I ever go through something really dramatic, I'll just shave the beard off. No, I can't do that. I will never shave this beard off. Ever. Never! I haven't, actually. I've never shaved my beard off. Ever since I grew it, I kept it. So, that was almost 6 years ago now? 5.5, technically. But yeah, I grew it my senior year of high school, and I kept it, which my mom didn't like. She wanted my high school picture to be me clean shaven, but nope, keeping it. And I don't think I can ever shave this off. Like, occasionally I look back at pictures of me without my beard, and it's like, ugh, I don't like it. Anyway, but I feel like Uther should have had a beard, you know? A year has passed, he's a disheveled mess. He does have longer hair, which is good. That does help to show that things have changed for him, you know? That he is, again, a disheveled mess. But I feel like the beard would, like, cement that, basically, you know? Of course, with the long gray hair and a beard, he'd start to look like Clancy Brown at that point, so... anyway... So yeah, back to the new vision. Morgana's new vision, which was pretty crazy. Yeah. So this battlefield. Okay. So there's a lot to take in. There's a dead battlefield. There's a dead battlefield. There's many Camelot knights dead. Arrows everywhere. But there's a crest that's constantly here. There's so many different banners with a crest with what looks like twin snakes on the crest. Now, whose crest would that be? That's not... I mean, obviously, it's not Senred or his men anymore. Was that the crest from last season, I wonder? Like, for the men of Senred and Morgause and Morgana, did they have that crest on them? I don't remember. I'd have to look again. But yeah, so there's the crest of twin snakes. And there's a crow. That straight up looks like Excalibur. That looks like Excalibur right there. So, yeah, the sky is red too, which is pretty crazy. And that's the thing, this will come true, technically. And then...
Help me, Emerald. Please.
Is this really what you wanted, Morgana?
Yeah, so... Morgana is on the battlefield, presumably dying, and she reaches out to Emrys and calls him Emrys, and it's old man Merlin. Which obviously is like, okay, she's calling out to Emrys, obviously that would be Merlin, but why is he old? You know, how far are we going on this show, you know? Is the final season going to be like 50 years in the future? That'd be crazy. But yeah, so Merlin is old again, and Morgana is, presumably a dying Morgana is calling out to Emrys. So, I don't know, but that's got to come back sometime this season. And then the last thing I wrote down for this episode is Merlin dead? Question mark. Yeah, Merlin, it looks like Merlin is dead, but there has to be something, maybe even if like his magic can't harm spirits, maybe it can at least save him. I don't know. I don't know how you get back from that, you know? How do you get back from literally dying and being frozen? So, I don't know. That's going to be our question going into the next episode, definitely. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wrote down. Really great episode. Really great first episode. Probably the best premiere we've had so far. And Tears of Uther Pendragon was really good. But I'm very curious as to where we're going in the next episode. This is turning out to be a scary season, I feel like. I feel like even if we somewhat resolve this in the next episode, I feel like this whole spirit world thing has to keep going through the entire season to some degree, right? Right? I hope so. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm excited for this season. I'm so excited that I'm burping. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the next episode. So, yeah, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Merlin reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.